Hi everyone, welcome to Awaken into Love. I am back after such a long time of not being here. I am coming back with just so much that I want to share with you. I know so many of you have been waiting, wondering what's been going on in my life. I have been kind of MIA within the last year or so, I would say, with a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I didn't really share to a lot of people, that I felt I needed to work on privately within myself, that felt very personal and very challenging, where I didn't know what to express and what to not express. And I felt now is the time to come and just give you a full update on where I've been, what I've been doing, what's been happening with Awaken into Love, and so much wisdom and knowledge and just understanding that I have personally gained within the last year. This last year has been absolutely crazy. From now that it is June, I would say from June of last year until now, so much has been going on. I've been giving you guys little sneak peeks here and there, but I have so many things to share with you. So welcome back, whether you're listening on the Awaken into Love podcast or you're watching this on YouTube or on Instagram. Welcome. I am so happy to be here. From my heart to you, my heart literally bursts being able to sit here and record this video to say hi. I miss you guys and I'm ready to come back, and I'm coming back even stronger, full of so much wisdom that I know you guys are really going to be benefit from. I like to be transparent. I like to be honest, because that is something that I like to cultivate within myself. And there's always this fine line about how much I want to share with all of you guys versus what's important to keep within my heart. But there are some things that I really want to share with you. So I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching this, and I love you. I'm so excited to share what's been coming up from me to you. The lessons within the last year have been so intense. Like, sometimes I feel like in our life, we go through so many seasons where some season feels really challenging and other seasons feel really light and playful, and then another one that feels dark. And this has been a whole year full of so many different seasons, all within 1 year, where I have gone through so many different challenges, difficult times, and I have equally experienced so much joy and so much happiness and so much love that I never ever was able to really fathom until this year happened. So fast forward to last year. Something that you guys probably started to catch up on that I wanted to be transparent with you was that in July of 2022, Alexis, who was the therapist and also the other person that I was working with in Awaken into Love, and I decided to part ways. So Alexis is no longer part of Awaken into Love, as many of you have probably guessed. I haven't known how to really express what has really happened or how to really be transparent with all of that within the last year, but it is something that was kind of just really important in regards to Awaken into Love and in regards to our business. But it was an extremely challenging time last year. She was, for many of you who have known, my best friend, someone that I considered to be in my life forever. And there are just some seasons where challenging things can happen and you don't necessarily see it coming, but that's what happened. And that's something that I wanted to just be transparent with all of you on, and just the grief that I went through in regards to what happened last year, and the sadness that was in my heart, and how I was working that within myself was something that I wanted to take some time on, which is when I kind of started to retreat and kind of started to tend within my heart. So many of you have probably known that we decided to just part ways with Awaken into Love. And I learned so much in regards to friendship, in regards to, of course, many of you know, Awaken into Love, and just so many different things within myself and boundary work and the importance of all of that, which I think when we're faced with so many challenges and we're faced with really hard things, we can start to question why this is happening. And many of us can go into a place of why this is happening to us. And with this aspect of, or this method of awakening, I really try to bring in this practice of how this is happening for me on a level that I might not be able to see right now, but how this is all happening for me. And that doesn't disregard the pain or the suffering or any other type of challenges that we can face in regards to the challenges that come up in our life. But when we start to bring in this idea of how things are happening for us versus to us, a lot of things start to open and a lot of perspectives start to come in where we can see the lessons and we can see the stories and we can see how the challenges can actually help us to become more empowered and incredible individuals. So that's something I really, really learned within myself, and something that I don't take back. Something that, even if it was challenging, empowered me in so many different ways. So that's just a reminder for all of you, even if things feel so challenging and the season feels so dark right now, something you can ask yourself to kind of switch this perspective in regards to your life is to ask how it may be happening for you in terms of helping you. And again, that can feel so challenging when life feels challenging, but many times, and I'm sure you've recognized this, we look back in life and we recognize why things happened. They helped us become stronger individuals. They helped us in a way to connect with other people in our life. And that's just something I want to remind you of today. I do believe in the aspect of seasons. I do believe that things that are challenging happen. And then on the flip side, beautiful things can come out of that. And that's exactly what happened. As many of you have probably guessed, when the friendship and the business relationship ended with Alexis, I found out only a couple weeks later that I was pregnant. And that was in August when I found out that I was pregnant, and I was overcome with just so many emotions of just excitement, of love, of doubt, of curiosity, of fear, and all of these emotions that are just so human and part of this human experience, especially if you consider yourself highly sensitive. And throughout the span of the first trimester of pregnancy, you guys, I was struggling so much with the hormones, with so much anxiety that was coming with the hormonal shifts, which I really, really want to remind you guys of. Our hormones can affect us so much, and our physical is equally important in comparison to our mental. I mean, they're all connected together. The spiritual, the physical, the mental, everything is completely connected together. So I was riding these waves of anxiety and panic, and I'm so thankful for this day, for ROCD and relationship anxiety, which you might be surprised of me to say, but I am so thankful for it, because without ROCD and without relationship anxiety, I wouldn't have been able to have the skills that I had during my pregnancy and the whole process to be able to actually enjoy the process, to ease, to trust in a greater purpose in regards to everything that was happening, and find empowerment and actually deep love and joy within myself. And if it wasn't for ROCD and having done this work and having implemented hours and hours of understanding and knowledge in how the mind works and how the brain works and how to really self-soothe and take care of myself and come into this awakening, I wouldn't really be sitting here as the person that I am today to be speaking to you. So in that regard, I really do thank ROCD, and I really do thank relationship anxiety, even though it's been so challenging. And so I was going through so many hormonal fluctuations and so many difficulties in my body. And the second trimester started to come up, and it was a lot more blissful. They call it the honeymoon phase for a reason, because you feel a lot more grounded. For a lot of people, this isn't everyone's experience. I'm just speaking from my experience, from my own. But what's really interesting is, as things were starting to settle, I noticed a lot of fear coming up, and I noticed a lot of doubt coming up. And this is so inevitable and such an important piece that I'm going to hone in over and over again within Waken into Love and within my work, which is that even if something beautiful is coming or is in front of us, it doesn't mean that there will be complete peace within our heart. And many times we mistake fear and anxiety and doubts, believing that we are in some way doing something wrong or choosing the wrong path when we feel it, when in reality, all of these experiences and these challenging feelings that come up are part of the path for us to step into our new and next evolution. And so inevitably, as I was slowly walking toward becoming a mother, going from maid into mother, where I was this individual with this life of ease and freedom and lack of responsibility in different ways of not having a child, I was starting to have doubts. Do I really want this? Am I really going to be able to do this? Am I really going to be able to be a good mother? And underneath a lot of those doubts were the fear of something new happening, of what if I fuck up? What if something bad happens to this child that I am bringing into this world, that is coming through me? And so I allowed that fear and I allowed that doubt to come in, not believing that I was making a mistake, but bringing in a sense of curiosity to what could be and what was one of the greatest and most powerful things in my life. So many of us can stare doubt in the face and see doubt and see our challenges and our fear and our anxiety and even our intrusive thoughts as this representation that we are in maybe some way doing something completely wrong within our life. And that's a big mistake that we can make in our society, because our society constantly says to us that we need to be feeling good, we need to be feeling happy all the time. And if we're not, there's something wrong with us, or we're making a mistake. When in actuality, the challenges that we feel, their emotions, are part of the path, I believe, of actually stepping into a new evolution. I really believe that the challenges in our life are literally these initiations, these spiritual initiations that happen so we can grow, so we can step forward, so we can become different versions of ourselves, to be able to lean more into this being and this experience that we are. So I was, throughout the second trimester, working through a lot of the fears that were coming up and holding them in a place of compassion and holding them in a place of curiosity and understanding, while also having fear about them, because that's part of being human too. I'm not perfect, but the difference is the sense of empowerment and freedom that lies in being able to recognize what comes up as part of the path. This third trimester, I was completely fatigued, completely tired, and I really allowed that period to be a season or a time of just resting. And I kept kind of going against these social narratives within my head that said I needed to be doing more and more and more. And if I wasn't doing, and if I wasn't showing up at Awaken into Love, then I was doing a disservice. Whereas we take our power away from ourselves when we don't allow our body to just become replenished and to rest and to sit and to be. And that's so much easier said than done, because of all these thoughts that come into our mind that say all of these different things that drag us into an illusionary future, or the past that is now gone. But a chance for us to rest, and what that means for us, and what that means for our body, and what that means for our being. And because I've done so much of this work for so many years, I know now what it means for my body and my soul and my spirit to ask for certain needs within my life, within my partnership, within myself. And I feel like that used to be a huge trigger for me when I used to think about, oh my God, I have needs. What if my needs are met? And all these different things. But this ability to be able to tune in and own the needs, to be able to have a more functioning, fulfilling relationship. And that's really important. Your needs and what you're needing in this relationship doesn't mean that it's pointing you to the end of a relationship, but more how you're deepening and how you can go further into your partnership in a more whole way. I'll be talking more about that later, but that's something that I really just wanted to remind all of you with. And so as I was moving into the third trimester, I was having so many feelings about labor and how that was going to be, and all these other societal expectations about how birth needs to be, and, you know, the fear of birth, and all of these things that were kind of brainwashed into thinking. And then on April 21st, 2023, our beautiful baby was born. And it has been the most beautiful and challenging and powerful and terrifying and depressing at times experience of my life. And something that is so important for you guys to just keep remembering within your hearts is that as human beings, we can hold so many different feelings and emotions. And they're a part of just being human. So many people with ROCD get so caught on this idea of needing to feel only one way. And if they feel another way, with the love, with the peace, but they have doubts, and that must mean something is wrong. My message is for you that as a human being, you are meant to be able to hold all of the complex feelings and experience the contrast and experience the tension and find empowerment within it. It's okay if you have doubts amongst the love. It is okay if you have fear amongst the excitement. And it is okay if you have nervousness amongst the ease. May you allow yourself to have your body experience all of it together in the tension of it all and create empowerment from it and choice. And so being a mother has shown me how grateful I am for ROCD. How grateful I am for everything I have gone through to this day, because ROCD and the challenges in my mental health journey and even everything with Alexis has prepared me for being here in this moment and being the mother that I want to be. And so may you allow yourself to just soften in this moment and trust, even though that it's so hard, that maybe, just maybe, there is nothing wrong with you. And that maybe these challenges, even though you may not see them right now, and the bigger picture and the bigger light, are pointing you and guiding you into something better. I know with mental health, many times we are in a state of complete darkness. I know it feels scary sometimes. And I know sometimes it feels equally fucking empowering to be able to look back and see how much you have progressed and you have changed. And I promise you, there is going to be a part of yourself in the future one day. Thank you for sitting here and learning how to awaken within yourself, awaken within your heart, awaken within your life. Because it's pushing you to live a more authentic and true life to yourself. And I know the word true and authentic and aligned can be triggering, I know, but I'm using it on purpose. And so I thank all of you, and I thank ROCD for bringing me to this place that I am today, to pushing me into having a more conscious, loving, deep relationship with my husband. There have been challenges within the transition of having a baby with my husband. People say that having a baby is one of the most taxing things on the relationship, one of the most hardest things on a relationship. And we had a couple things that were really challenging happen during when our son was born. One of them being my husband tearing his ACL and needing to have surgery literally a week after our son was born. And my hormones and the postpartum depression that came through, and just different things that I can look back now and say, wow, I fucking did that. You did that. You fucking are doing it right now. And so I wanted to just sit down and explain to you everything that has been going on, but I cannot express to you how much creativity and excitement and passion and wisdom I have to share with you. And if you're thinking of becoming a parent, I have lots to share with you too. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm learning a lot of amazing, amazing things. And it's been a journey. But just because your journey is hard doesn't mean that it's wrong. And just because you're feeling emotions that feel challenging doesn't mean what you're doing and who you are inherently is bad or wrong. Just human. It is my prayer and it is my wish as a humanity, as a collective, to move more and more into our humanness, to come back into the essence of just who we are, unapologetic. When I look at my baby crying out for his needs, whether it's to be fed, whether it's to sleep, whether it's to be held, unapologetically, I ask myself, where have we lost that and why? We too have a little newborn and a little child within ourselves that deserves the love and deserves the compassion and the kindness that I so frequently give to him. I hope that this helped you in some way, shape, or form, but I believe that I owed an explanation into where I've been and what the hell's been going on and what I've been doing within this last year of navigating all of this together. But I'm here, and I'm hoping to give you more, to help you more, because I believe through my challenges, I'm able to help you deeper too. This whole experience is being human, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you're going through. And may we as a collective lean into understanding that at the end of the day, we're not alone, and this is just being human. I'll talk to y'all soon.